In today's video, I have got a very devastating thing that happened to me. And I want your help capturing this person who burned down a property that I own in Birmingham, Alabama. For your help, I'm willing to give you a $10,000 reward. And I lost over $150,000 on this property alone. Actually more than that, about $160,000 on this property. Now we have our suspects. So first of all, a couple years ago, we started buying properties in Birmingham, Alabama because a couple of my students in our Millionaire Mentorship Program wanted to go into that market. And in order to support them, I decided that I would enter in that market as well. I'm gonna talk to you about suspect number one. Well, suspect number one is a contractor. His name is Ellis Baptiste. He's a suspect. I'm not saying he's guilty. So Mr. Ellis is a very kind, sweet gentleman. We have him do work on a first property, does the job for me. No complaints. Second property we have him do, does not do it 100% correctly. We still move forward. I actually have a student working with this gentleman. I tell him, hey, listen, I'm just gonna caution you. This is the guy that I'm moving. The last job he didn't do well, so please don't work with him unless you're very comfortable. But I'm telling you, he's not a really good finisher. Fast forward to the next property that we bought. Most of these other ones were rentals. This property we bought to flip. And I actually had a business partner of mine on this property. So we purchased the property for $43,000 and the rehab from Mr. Baptiste was gonna be about $80-some thousand. I paid some money, I paid some money, I paid some money. When we paid him, the job's not getting done. I have somebody else, one of my students, Eddie Ramos, shout out Eddie Ramos. He also has a dad in town. So his dad is checking on this guy's work. The guy's not getting the work done. As I've told you in many of my videos, you don't ever pay a contractor in advance. So Mr. Baptiste was asking for money in advance for work he hadn't already completed, and we had already advanced him money. I told him, I said, I will not be paying you any more money until the work's completed. Oh, we've done this, we've done that, we've done the other thing. So I sent out Eddie's dad, Raul Ramos. And he said, no, none of this work is done. So I told Mr. Baptiste, Ellis Baptiste, I said, we are not gonna be paying you any money because the work is not done. He starts throwing a hissy fit, you owe me this, you owe me that. I said, listen, unless the work's done, we're not paying you. That's not how it's gonna go. Fast forward, we move on from that gentleman. We hire Raul Ramos. Several months go by, we get 90% of the property done. 90%, we're talking paint, cabinets, everything. We are done. We're at the home stretch. As we are wrapping things up, all of a sudden, a fire is lit on that property. The Birmingham Fire Department comes out to put out the fire, and apparently it starts 2 additional times. So I'm not sure if that's incompetence by the Birmingham Fire Department or if the person actually lit the fire. Listen, he's a suspect. I don't know if Mr. Baptiste did it, but let me tell you what happened next. We went to go sell the property because we're like, can we get any money for this thing? We ended up selling it for $15,000 and netting about $10,000, which I then gave that to my partner. So suspect number one is Mr. Baptiste, obviously, because he was the one who then did this. When we're going to sell the property, all of a sudden, there is a mechanical lien on the property for $60,000. Well, number one, you can't do that because I never had a contract with this guy for that. Number two, he never notified us. That means you have to perfect the lien. So in my mind, I'm thinking that maybe this individual thought he's got insurance, I'm gonna burn down the house, and then once the insurance settles, they're gonna see this lien on the property, I'm gonna get cashed out and unjustly enriched. So that's suspect number one. The other suspect is the guy from Home Depot. And this is just from Mr. Raul Ramos, who did an investigation and said there was a guy who was there delivering the cabinets and he showed up at irregular times. He gave me this weird look. I don't know this person's name. I don't know who they are. I don't know anything other than they were showing up at off-peak hours right around and the time that this event happened. So we don't know who did it. We have no idea. We don't know if it's Mr. Baptiste. We don't know if it's the Home Depot guy. We asked the neighbors. You know, there was contractors that were also hurt at this event, right? There was contractors' tools were lost. Or suspect number three, did somebody leave something in the property that caused this property to spontaneously combust? You know, sometimes if guys leave oil rags and paint and stuff like that. Did that happen? It seems as though it was an arson. The biggest suspect in my book is Mr. Baptiste. I can't say for sure, but I can tell you that the way he acted by filing this false and fake mechanics lien on the property, and then me calling him multiple times and him dodging my phone calls, it would lead me to believe that he is the most likely person to feel that he was owed something, even though he was not. We tried to go to the neighbors next door, get camera footage for the Ring cameras, get all this stuff. We were not able to get anything. I tried to get the contractors to help me out, find who did it. We didn't get anything. So I'm coming out to you. Help me find this person and I will pay you $10,000 for the information leading to the arrest and prosecution of the person that burnt down this property. Is it contractor number 1, Ellis Baptiste? Is it the Home Depot guys whose name we do not know? Is it a contractor on the property that just had something happen? Or is it suspect number 4, somebody who we don't even know who they are, but they just wanted to burn down a house? I can tell you this, I've had several house fires in my properties. They're usually caused by tenants. I've also had other fires that have happened on properties I own that have been caused by homeless people. Now, you might be saying, Troy, why the hell didn't you get insurance on this question? And this was a big, big mistake on my part. Because it was gonna be a rental originally, I don't get insurance other than liability insurance on my properties. Because at the end of the day, I own a lot of single family houses. Most of them, we don't have to get insurance on. We just get liability insurance only. And if you add that up, it's around $200,000 a year of insurance that I avoid. Strategically, unless something like this happens, usually it's a win over time, right? It's a bigger word. It's called self-insuring. Now, the fact that I was flipping that property, this was an error in my judgment by not having insurance, especially because I had a business partner in the deal. So I have to take the hits. The business partner's not going to take any of the hits. I'm taking all the hits. They're made all the way whole. That's always the way I've done things. Anytime I've lost money on a deal or I've made a bad decision, I've always made that person whole. So make sure you subscribe to this video. Make sure you give me your comments. I'm sure you got a lot of things to say about what I did, what I didn't do. I would love to pay you $10,000 for bringing this person to justice. Nobody ever should take the law into their own hands. Think about this. If there was someone in the property that could have died, they could have caught a neighbor's house on fire. All of this stuff could have happened. We're gonna get the fire department report in here. We're gonna show you everything that happened. We're gonna show you the letters that happened. You know, hopefully this other person's able to fix it up and turn a negative into a positive. If you know who this person is, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you helping me out. You can email me at tk@troykearns.com and you can give me your phone number and we will call you. You will remain anonymous. Or you can contact the Birmingham Police Department, report this individual, and then point him to me. However you want to do it, let us know. We are offering a $10,000 reward. I want to have justice, right? I want to have this person caught. They should have never done something. This person should be in jail. And comment below, who do you think did it? Do you think it was the contractor, Ellis Baptiste? Do you think it was the Home Depot guy? Do you think it was a spontaneous incident? Someone knows. Talk to you in the next one. I hope this never happens to you. Make sure you get insurance when you flip your properties. Peace.